Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about duty to the society. This topic is comes under the course Principles of Management with the special reference to the Medical Laboratory Science Management, and the subject code is BMLS 1009, right? So as you are aware of the first lecture, as I discussed, duty to the patient and duty to the colleagues and with the other professional. So now let's know about the duty to the society, what you are doing for the society. So what is your role in the society, what type of job you are doing for the society, those things and all we are going to discuss in this session. Now, since individuals constitute society, they form the units of society. As a member, as a member of your of society or the state, a man must behave in the way which is good for all and which is helpful in the promoting the welfare of society, right? The society calls upon the individuals to follow certain norms. These are obligations or duties. I repeat, since individuals constitute the society, they form the units of society. As a member of society or state, a man must behave in the way which is good for all and which is helpful in the promoting the welfare of society. Society calls upon the individuals to follow certain norms. These are obligations or duties. So, as a member of society or state, an individual has to observe these obligations of society. Rights and duties are related to each other. So those are objectives I'm studying, you can see. So there are two sides of the same coins. They are the same condition, see from the different angles. So here, now let's move into the introduction part of your duty to the society. So duty is an obligation, right? Duty is an obligation. So the rights of one or the duties of the other hand is in the absence of duties, rights become insignificant and duties are fruitless fruitless in the absence of rights, right? So if we are have a right to enjoy our rights, it is our cardinal duty, perform our duties. I repeat again, the rights of one are the duties of the other and vice versa. In the absence of duties, rights become insignificant and duties are fruitless in the absence of rights, right? If we have right to enjoy our rights, it is our cardinal duty to perform our duty. So by the reading itself, you can understand what I am going to tell you, right? So it is our duty, like as we are medical laboratory technician or technologists, also known as clinical laboratory technicians, because of we are working in clinically, so that's why we can call it as also clinical laboratory technician. Perform routine tests in medical laboratories. So those are routine tests we are performing in medical laboratory departments, right? So these tests help physicians and other professional medical personnel diagnose and treat the diagnosis. So it can be treat diagnosis, right? The technicians prepare samples of body tissue and perform laboratory tests such as urine analysis and body counts and make chemical and biological analysis of cells, tissue, blood or other body specimens. So in the body fluids, as the body fluids or any tissue samples, it can be prepared and we have to process the samples until the patient get the reports, right? So we have to label it and we have to processing and we have to analyzing and we have to re-verify our reports and values, and then we can dispatch the report and all. We have to validate the values and all, then only we can dispatch our reports and all, right? So this is our overview of medical laboratory technology, right? Then comes to our the talk about the usually work under the supervision of medical laboratory technologists. The I'm going to explain you. First of all, you have to know about your profession, and then you can know about what you are doing the society, what you are contribute to the society. Then you can understand. As you human being, whatever you are, the people are contributing to the society, that is exactly you are doing. But the thing is, the specially what you are doing from your profession, your profession, what you are contributing to the society, that is only we are going to study here, right? So first of all, you need to understand before going to the our topic and all, right? So they usually work under the supervision of medical laboratory technologists, or laboratory director or medical laboratory technicians may work in many fields. So either they can go for, there is a manufacturing companies with the the reagents, any pharma companies also, or any companies, any fields are the like a compare in the forensics, so and chemistry labs. So any maybe these fields also we are eligible to work in the laboratories, or specialize is one the specific medical areas such as, for example, cytology, the study of cells, so or hematology, the study of blood, especially on the cellular level, correct? So serology means the study and identification of the antibodies found in the blood, or histology, coming to the histology, study of body tissue. So those are the specialization if you are doing. So in that you can do the work, you can do your job role, you can give your 100%, the best performance you can give to there. If you are doing, if you are working properly, then it will be ultimately it will be gives to the society only, because of as you are working in your area, it is a servicing area, like a public service, like a, for example, you are not yet doing a business with your professional, you are doing as a like a service you are doing, like all hospitals are doing service. So in that you are a member, it means that you are doing service to the public, it will be ultimately it will give to the society only. So now, so I'm going to the top to the low position. I mean under you, as you are, for example, once you are completing your course, you are a medical technologist. But under you, what are the, I mean the technicians or who are there and who can help to you? That is I'm going to discuss here, right, in this slide. So the supervisor also can work with you, and you can become a supervisor, or after supervisor you are medical technologist or supervisor. So both posts you can perform, I mean both you can do the job same, right? So as your supervisor, and you can do along with the supervisor post, you can do a medical technologist also, right? Now coming to the medical laboratory technician. So under the supervisor, there are medical laboratory technicians are available. They can to analyze the samples, to process the samples, and they can process the samples under you, with the supervision. So with the supervision of you, they can perform the all test and they can provide to you reports and all. So you have to validate and you have to provide the reports to the patient, or you can give to the reports to the doctors, or you can orally inform to the consult sister. So it will be very helpful for them to give the timely reporting, right? So so many cases we can see that the with the time less time, so many patients are dying. I mean the report delay. So that's why the reports almost we have to maintain the time and we have to issue the patient reports about. Either you can orally you can tell if it is a critical conditions time, you can provide the oral information, or if it is a normal condition you can dispatch the reports also. There is no problem at all, but you don't delay the medical laboratory reports, because of the treatment will be depends on your reports. Until you are dispatching your reports, the treatment it will be guessing only. So guessing treatment it will be happen to the patient. So once you are releasing your reports, they can start with a specific treatment for the patient. I mean specific treatment can get the patient. So that's why you should not delay. But so these are the posts are there as your steps one by one. You have to develop your skills and you have to get good knowledge in our field, and as with the experience you can get it and you can give the reports timely. You can reduce the patient deaths also with the delay reports, right? So under these people, again, the assistant medical laboratory technician peoples are there, right? So these people, what they do, whatever the medical laboratory technician is doing and performing the samples and processing the samples, so this assistant medical laboratory technician people, they can help to the medical laboratory technician. They can like a whatever for you each test is any requirements are there, for that requirements and all it can be provided from assistant medical laboratory technician. For example, if you are working in microbiology, you need some media, right, to diagnose. So that term all it will be provided by the medical laboratory technician only. So he can provide to you assistant medical laboratory technician. He will provide to you. Then you have to process the test and you can submit to your technologist or supervisor. He can validate the reports and he can dispatch the reports and I mean can verify and validate the reports as well. So that is the procedure where you are working in a hospital. So why we are discussing those things and all, right? So this is your work and your duties and your roles. So if you know about your role and your job duties, and then you know about what you are contribute to the society, what you are doing for the society, right? So some of the characteristics you need to understand, that is a orientation toward health, the population prospective and intensive use of information and focus on consumer and knowledge of treatment outcome and constrained resources and coordination of resources and consideration of human values and expectations of accountability and growing interdependence, right? So I repeat again. So what are the characteristics? So orientation towards health, the population perspective and intensive use of information, focus on consumer and knowledge of treatment outcome and constrained resources and coordination of resources and reconsideration of human values and expectations of accountability and growing interdependence, dependence. So growing interdependence. So these are the characteristics we need to know about our medical laboratory technologist as you are. Now, in the first lecture, I discussed about the like a medical laboratory technician job duties and what you are contribute to the society and what you are contribute to, I mean, what you are doing to the patient and what is your duty to the patient, duty to the professionals, duty and what are the other professionals, what they are doing, what are the job duties, what are the job roles. So that is I discussed in the first lecture itself, and again you can understand here in this slide. The contributes to a safe and secure environment for the patients, visitors, and physicians and co-workers by following established standards and the procedures compiling with the legal regulations. So maintain patient confidence by keeping laboratory information confidential. So maintain patient confidence by keeping laboratory information confidential. So here you need to understand that, for example, if you are getting the previously HIV patient reports on that. So HIV patient reports on that you should not give to patient directly, right? So why? Because those patients are very sensitive and they want to maintain confidentiality. I mean the reports there should be confidentiality. So confidential. So this type of reports, if you are giving to the patients, there are some cases it was happen after seeing the patient report what happened. So the patient is going to die because of the patient having the HIV disease, but the report it is published to the everyone. We are issued to the everyone. So I mean the patient attendees and the relatives, everyone they know about that person is having the HIV. So that's why the person he can I mean he feels very bad and he got a suicide Allah. So that's why these things and all we have to I have to very confidentially we have to maintain. Either you can give the information to directly to the patient or you can inform to the consult doctor. So patient consult a doctor, it can be acceptable and directly to the patient. So then only the information. So if he wants to inform to the others or parents or the relatives, he can inform or he can maintain the confidential, he can maintain the personal. So that is a himself, it is a decision, right? So if you are informed to the relatives or the parents or everyone, it will be very difficult. So those are very sensitive and they are going to be die itself, I mean getting suicide itself. So it is very confidential. We have to maintain some of the reports to the directly to the patient or doctor. Okay, so these things and all we have to know about. And serves and protects the hospital community by the adhering to the professional standards, hospital policies and procedures, federal, state and the local requirements. Enhances laboratory services and hospital reputations by the accepting ownership for a accomplishing new different requesting and exploring opportunity to add a value to the job accomplishments. I'm going to show you, these are the references you can take it and you can study for this lectures. And thank you so much and we'll meet in the next lecture. Thank you. Thank you, Ananda.